All right, everyone. I am live with a new band, one that I've heard one song from so far because I think that's what's out right now. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited to talk with them and get to know the people behind the band. And I need to ask them how they came up with the band name because I really like the sound of the band name and how it sounds when you say it. And I think it's a really creative name. Um, and I am here with Farewell Take Care. They're from California. And they have one song out, like I mentioned before, called For a While. And we're going to get into that song in just a little bit. You know, who produced it and mixed it, the writing process for it, and all that jazz. So, you guys want to go ahead and introduce who you are in the band and what you do?
Yeah, we start this way.
I'm Torn. I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Joel. I play drums.
I'm Canyon. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Jack and I play bass. Alright, bro, fuck you.
So, yeah.
Hey, bass guitar is the heart of a lot of rock bands, just so you know. A lot of them like to say that. Yeah.
It's almost the glue of the band, in a way.
Yeah. Well, let's get into. I guess I want to start with the origins of the band and talk about the band name, how you guys came up with it, and we'll go on from there.
The origins of the band. So Jack's parents weren't home right one night, and he was asking me for a while if I just wanted to like jam with him, and we were trying to put it together for a while, and it just never really came together. And he hit me up one night, and he's like, "Hey, I have like Joel and Torrin coming over if you want to come over and we can play music." And so we were like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds cool." And so yeah, we were all hanging out. Jack wrote this riff. He wrote the riff for a while, and we all could just kind of jammed that for like 2 hours straight.
Mhm.
And then we were like, all right, bro, this is fucking sick. Like what are we gonna call ourselves? Like we like it was very like spur of the moment, but it all came together really really well. And I don't know, there wasn't any like ripples or anything. It was just very fluent. So
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Individually, what was it like? Kind of just coming together though, like as a band, because sometimes there's like hesitancy to do I want to do the band thing? If there's like social anxiety that you might have, things like that. Um, because you start out learning an instrument if you take interest in that. And did you see yourselves in a band at any point in your life before it actually became a thing?
do you guys want to say?
I think Joel should start because you're in another band
Yeah,
right now.
I'm in another. This isn't my first band. I'm in another band called Mosswood, and we're like a shoegaze band. So I had already
Nice.
I've already had that experience being in a band with like other people. But as far as this band goes, like I'm not the best drummer. So just being in this band, I was like, all right, now I like, because I had played drums before, just at my friends' houses that had drums and stuff. So I had a little bit, but nothing crazy. So it's like being in this band really pushes me to be a better drummer at least. But yeah, I already had the experience kind of being in a band, and I've known all these guys before we even started. So it was pretty easy. I just like, yeah. But yeah.
And I think that I didn't really like have any experience, but I had always gone to friends' houses, and we would just like have 2 acoustic guitars, and we would just like do stupid stuff and like sing to it. And so I don't know, I kind of like, I don't know if I would say I imagined myself like in a band, but I definitely say I would like, before this like came together, I had definitely always hoped. Like I was always like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe one day like we can just like start it. And it's cool because we're not like, I mean, we are taking it seriously, but it's not like we live and breathe it. It's just kind of like, it's just our hobby, and it's just, we're friends, we're all friends, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's a good frame of mind and good way to approach that. Because if you go into it and you're wanting to go and pursue those grand kind of outcomes, like being as big as Creed or being as big as Nickelback or Metallica or something like that, that could very quickly really put a lot of pressure on the band itself and individually, because that doesn't just happen, and it doesn't happen to every band either. It's kind of like a luck thing. So
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And then what are some of the other guys have to say about that?
What's that?
What do you let's go with Jack. What about you for where you saw yourself?
I mean, I always kind of like envied Joel for being in a band because I've been tight with Joel since like 7th, 6th grade, and like we're both graduated now.
Mhm.
So, and I've been playing guitar for a minute now, so I've just been wanting to play. So yeah.
Yeah. Are you self-taught, or did you kind of go through tab books or anything like that, like videos?
I'm self-taught because I mostly play guitar, and then Torn didn't want to play bass, so I had to pick it up.
Hey, you know, there's usually that thing. Well, I play bass in this band, so I want to do this in this band. You know, so I can understand that.
Yeah.
And then individually, like when you guys come together, let's talk about the songwriting. Is it everybody that contributes, like lyrically, like the format of the song, like how it's going to sound, or do you just kind of let things take the wherever it's going to go, and where it goes, you just from there you kind of develop the idea? Like, how does it work for you guys?
It's usually like a lot of our songs are songs that I made a long time ago. Like I made like freshman, sophomore year, and that I've just kind of been sitting on for a long time. And then when we started this, I like started bringing them. But so it's kind of just reworking those. And then also if somebody has like a riff, like Jack has made 2 riffs for our songs, and they're I think some of our best riffs. They're just like super pretty and like they follow like the genre that we kind of identify with very well. But it usually just starts with a riff, and then we're like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then somebody will start playing it, and we won't even have like it organized or anything, and everybody will just start playing everything all at once, and we'll just kind of tweak it from there. And then once that's kind of down, I'll go home and take it. I'll just play in my room like with the riff, and I'll write the lyrics right there, and I'll send like a voice memo to the group chat, and they're like, yeah, that's cool, or maybe change that, but yeah.
Do any of you ever get like an idea and you just have to get it down wherever you're at, and if you
Yeah.
don't, you'll forget it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And then I'll like put it in my notes app
Yeah.
or something, write it down.
Yeah, I'm like that a lot of the times. Like ideas for the podcast, I gotta write it down because I feel like in the moment kind of things that just happen that organically and naturally are often the best ideas to pursue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, kind of like no pressure with it. It just happens. It comes out of you, and it's just great.
Yeah, exactly. So
And yeah. And what's next here? I had to write down my notes because my kid has my phone right now. So let's talk a little bit about inspiration. You could draw it from like your day-to-day life, if there's a book you read or a movie, and then of course bands that you listen to, growing up, and still, what kind of helped get the idea for Farewell Take Care as far as your sound goes. Because I like to describe you guys as being kind of like an alternative rock, kind of an indie-ish kind of band. I compared you a little bit to Nirvana. Does that make sense to you guys, the Nirvana thing?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming from you guys, what would you say were the inspiration?
Panici's Pizza.
Panici's Pizza was definitely.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love pizza?
Yeah, man. I think lyrically for me, it's like lyrically for me at least, it's I like I grew up listening to like a lot of like indie emo bands like Modern Baseball and
Mhm.
Panucci's Pizza, and I really liked this songwriting style of like how honest Modern Baseball is. Like they'll just lay it out on the table, and I think that's really cool. But then also taking aspects from like Panucci's Pizza because they use like a lot of metaphorical writing, and I like kind of combine the two, and I'm like saying things that like have happened to me, like, and I'm being honest, but I'm kind of saying it indirectly, and so I don't know, it leaves
Mhm.
like a lot of room for interpretation, and I think, I don't know, that's a lot of where the inspiration comes from me for writing, but I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. What
I mean,
about some of you other guys? What do you think?
Yeah, well, like sonically.
Go ahead.
As far as drumming inspiration, I take a lot of kind of like punk inspiration for my drumming. At least I like drumming very hard and putting a lot of emotion into the drums.
I hear it.
Thank you, thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. I like it.
Yeah, for me, definitely like Panucci's Pizza was like a big band that like I guess like kind of helped like shape the way I like to play guitar and stuff and the stuff I like to play. And also
Mhm.
like really used to be into hardcore, and so I kind of like to bring some hardcore stuff into some of our songs. So I like playing heavier, but yeah, that's kind of what goes for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love those answers. I mean, it sounds like you bring a lot of different. My kid keeps choking on something. A lot of different styles to the band. You know,
Yeah.
you listen to hardcore, you listen to punk, you listen to kind of like the emo stuff. There's a lot of great music in the emo genre. You know, I used to be really critical of emo when I was a lot younger,
Yeah.
but getting older though, you know, listening back to a lot of those bands that came up and they're still really popular now. You hear how well a lot of them actually crafted their songs, you know, and their songwriting was really really tight. So yeah, great answers, guys. I love those influences. Um, let's talk about your song for a while. To be honest, when I heard about you guys before your song was out, I kind of wondered because of the name how you would sound, and the first thought I had is maybe more along the lines of a band like maybe Story of the Year or The Used, or you know, just because of the name, you know.
Yeah.
But then when I heard for a while, I'm like, you know, this makes a lot more sense. And I don't know if the songs you guys make you want to necessarily define the name that the band has, but I really love what you guys are bringing to the table as far as the music you're making. How did that song take shape, and what was it like working with Zach on it?
The song took shape like,
This was the first song
yeah, it was the
We
first
wrote that
song
in,
we
like,
started working on.
2 days, I think.
Yeah,
It was like the first 2 times we played together. We wrote that song.
Yeah, and it's super simple, and I love the song. I don't think it like represents us though, because we all our songs honestly
Right.
like pulling from different influences, but yeah, that song we wrote it in like the first 2 days we started playing together. It just we just like the groove and stuff, and then working with Z was great. Like Joel,
I love Zach.
yeah, like yeah, tell him about like how
I love Z so much. We went and before we sat down and started talking about working with him, we just went and checked out the studio because it was like his like third day after moving in. It was fucking sick. And we were just chilling around, talking,
Yeah.
and then the idea got brought up, and instantly we were all like, "Yeah, that would be sick." Because Canyon's known him forever. Introduced all of us to him, and he's a great guy. I loved working with him.
Yeah, he's kind of like the funny uncle. Yeah. But no, I got to commend you guys on For a While. It's a really strong track. And I actually checked out some of the footage from your guys' first show. I think somebody posted up little clips of it, and that's what I checked out. And something that I really liked for that song in particular is how nice and raw the vocals still were in a live setting. Because I love towards the end of that song, maybe it's more the middle and then into the end where those kind of more scream vocals kind of come more forward. And then I heard that live. I'm like, got the pipes, man.
Thank you. Yeah. I like playing that song a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, very strong song. Are there thoughts about doing any kind of like DIY video for it? Like, just using your phone or something to just prop it up and do like they call it performance videos, right? Where you're playing your instruments and just play the song over it. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I think that would be cool. We've talked about it a little bit, but Joel and our buddy Cooper are like into cinematography a little bit, and so I don't think it has to be that crazy, but I think that would be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So I know you said that with your lyrics, you don't like to be like super like on the sleeve or just putting it all out there for what the song is about. Do you want to go in a little bit further into kind of like the topic of the song, or do you want to kind of still, in a matter of speaking, keep that under your hat?
It's about an ex-girlfriend. I'll say that. But,
every band has a song, 2 songs, 3 songs about that kind of stuff. You gotta get it out. 7. Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's all good, man. I like that writing where it's kind of open to interpretation. And if that's your style and that's what you love, I think that's a really winning formula because it lets the person listening kind of put their own story behind it. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, real great. What was the live show like? Oh no! Might be losing connection here. Let's see if they get back. There's a first time for everything. Well, while they figure that out, let's the song. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I got a call.
No worries, man. That's all right.
Okay.
It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. What was I in the middle of saying before that happened, or were you guys saying something?
I think it was just
the live show.
Oh yeah.
How did that go?
It was really well. It went a lot. It was awesome. Like our first live show, we got to play with this super awesome band, Quincana. They were super sick. I love them. They're great dudes. We got to play with Giveaway as well. They were super sick. I like their sound a lot. And then we got to play with Joel's other band, Mosswood, which was super cool. And the environment was super good. Like it was super warm. I liked it. Yeah. What do you guys?
I thought it was great. Yeah. I thought it was a great show. I love playing in just spots that you wouldn't expect. Like that show was in the backyard of a coffee shop.
Yeah.
I was going to say it kind of looked like it was that kind of spot.
It was cool though. There was a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, well, it looked like a good turnout from the whoever was filming the video that was posted up with the clips. It looked like it was a really good turnout. Did that feel good seeing people wanting to come out and see what you guys were about?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was and it was cool because it wasn't just people I knew. Like there were a lot of people that were coming up to us after. Like I had never seen them before, and they were
that's
like,
always
hey, man.
good.
I was like, thank you, and so that was cool. It was a good experience for sure.
Yeah. And then, as I understand it, you have another couple of shows that are coming up, right? Or is it just the one?
We had
It's maybe one.
We might have one in a couple days.
yeah.
Well, that's
Monday,
good.
maybe.
You got to keep that momentum going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, what's next for Farewell Take Care? Like, what kind of song for the second song that you guys are going to put out? Because he said that not every song sounds alike to each other, and there's going to be like, some surprises in there. For the next one that you guys is going to be coming out, what direction is that going to take, or do you want to kind of keep that a secret?
Do we know which one we even want to drop next?
We don't. We have like a select few, and we don't know which one we want to start working on next. But gone.
Yeah.
Probably gone and then full length.
Yeah.
We were supposed to release 2 songs, and then it didn't work out with one of the other songs, and so that'll probably be the next retuning that one.
And that one was called Gone.
Yeah, gone. And then I think we do want to start working on like some, because a lot of our songs they're heavy in the sense that like the vocals just get louder, you know what I mean, and like or torn click on distortion.
Yeah.
It's like I really like that sound of like DIY screamo, like bands like New Mirrors or Catalyst. Like I think those guys are super sick, and so I really like that just like raw, like I don't know, kind of trashy sound, but it's I don't know, yeah.
No, I think I understand what. Yeah, I think that would be a great direction to go. I think it sounds really good too. There's I listened to quite a few bands that are kind of like that in a sense, and I've always liked that. Not so much heavy with as far as like guitars go or the drums, but vocally heavy. So I know what you mean, and you do a bit of that in for a while already. So
yeah, a little bit. We kind of tap into it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, that's awesome, guys. And you guys pay attention at all to like the format that bands release music, like the song, EP, or full length? What makes sense for Farewell Take Care as far as your output of music?
We've been talking about doing possibly dropping another single and then going into hibernation and recording a full length.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of songs.
That I expected you to say an EP.
No, I think we have a lot of songs, and I think well, yeah, we think they're good. We think they're super sick. So I think we just want to like get started on it, and because I don't know, because it'll take a long time, but once it's done, I think it'll all be worth it, and we'll all be super proud of something that we made. Just because we write a lot of songs, and I think they're good. I don't know. I think they're hella good.
Sick. What? I think they're tough.
Well, I mean, on the note of good or not good, right? So here's something I would say to that is if you guys like what you're doing and they sound good to you and they make you feel good, that's really all that you need to be concerned about. Yeah. Because when you get into that concern of, well, how are people going to receive this? How, for example, maybe how's the industry going to, think about this song that we just put out? That puts a little bit of unnecessary expectation on what you do, because it's supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be about the music first, right? So what you said, Canyon, is 100% right. If you guys like it, you think it's good, that's all that should matter. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I feel like none of us are really
100%.
Like we're all just having fun.
Fuck the industry.
Yeah.
Fuck the music industry.
I agree with that. Yes. 100%, especially so there's some good people in it, here and there and all that. There's some okay labels out there, but when you get into like the really big labels, really big names, that's where it gets dicey.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you. Don't get caught up in that. But if it takes that kind of direction, it takes that kind of direction. Because you never know what the future will hold. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear heavier. I'm excited to hear experimental. I'm just excited to hear what comes next from you guys, because I think you're onto something that's unique, and I think a lot of people are going to really attach to and talk about. And that's the entire point of wanting to bring you guys on here. And I know that you don't have a whole lot that you could really talk about since you're fairly new, and that's okay. Hopefully you didn't feel any pressure coming on here to have, just like all these answers lined up, because you don't have to. This is 100% me wanting to help you guys out as far as spreading word about your band, and your song that's out. So if this gets you at least one, yeah, no problem, guys. If it gets you one person to go like your Instagram from this, I've won in that area. I've gotten you another follower, someone else that digs what you're doing. So that's my whole intention of this. I think you guys got something going good that needs to be heard. So that's what I'm here doing.
Nice. Sweet.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's no problem, guys. What more would you guys like to say before I let you get on with your day about Farewell Take Care that I haven't covered already?
Shout out Brandon Taltuan.
Listen to On Bended Knee.
Yeah,
listen to On Bended
Yeah.
Knee.
The whole hardcore band.
Listen to Quincana.
Yeah, Quincana is awesome.
Juniper.
Listen to Juniper. Listen to Day Hike.
Yes, Day Hike.
Listen to Day Hike.
Support your local scene, DIY or die.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's something that every town needs. If they have a local scene, 100% put your money in that. 100%. So I agree with that. 100%.
And you saw at a random venue. Do it.
Yeah.
So we gotta.
Yeah.
Buy a generator, do a show wherever the hell you want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Before you guys go, why don't you guys drop where everybody can find your band and your music really quick?
Okay. You can find our Instagram at Farewell Take Care. No spaces or underscores or anything. Just at Farewell Take Care. Our Spotify is the same thing, at Farewell Take Care. But and then I think everything else is just Farewell Take Care. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, this has been fun. I'm glad I was able to get you on here and talk about your music. Let's talk about in the future when you guys got a couple more songs out, maybe a couple more shows, bringing you guys back on if you want to, and doing this again. And I'm also more than happy to do reviews. I don't charge anything for them. I just do them, out of the kindness of my heart. So if you're interested in that, you can always hit me up, and I'm more than happy to do it. But again, to my viewers, this was Farewell Take Care. They're from California. You can find their debut song For a While on Spotify, iTunes, their Instagram. Obviously, they said where you can find them on there. Yeah, I wish you guys nothing but the best. It's been fun.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Will. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Have a good one. I'll be in touch.
Later, man. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Peace.